G'day everyone and welcome back to the Cincinnati Podcast, episode 23. I'm your host Adrian. I'd like to give out a quick mention to our new sponsor, Good Apples. They edit my videos, so make sure you have a look at them. And on today's episode, I'll be reviewing the Week 16 matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's get into it. This game was headlined by Tua being dropped to the bench and Quinn Ewers been elevated from the third string or second string quarterback to a starter. So this was Quinn Ewers' first ever start in the NFL. Not his debut. His debut came a few weeks ago when he come on for a tour against the Cleveland Browns in garbage time. But this was his first official start of the NFL. So I was excited for this. Excited to see what our 7th round rookie draft pick, seeing what he could do. Tua Tagovailoa maybe has played his last game for the Miami Dolphins. So it was good to see Quinn Ewers get a shot. I thought our offense was pretty good in the first half, and Quinn Ewers looked pretty decent. Like he was 9 for 11 for over 100 yards. So he looked pretty good. Looked confident, precise. He was accurate, and he was doing well. And he wasn't just doing like little screen passes, like left little checkdowns. He was like doing some nice medium to big throws downfield. So he looked pretty good. Like we had a nice balance to our offense. We're a bit unpredictable, we're a nice balance of run and pass, and we scored 14 points. Our defense, we were playing, like I said in my last video, a good offense. Even though the Bengals struggled this year, Joe Burrow has been out mostly injured for most of the season, but the Bengals offense is still one of the best offenses in the league. I know they scored 0 points against the Ravens last week, but when you got Joe Burrow as your main quarterback, he's an elite quarterback, and you got one of the best 2 wide receivers in the game, Jamar Chase on one side and T. Higgins on the other. It's going to be a tough matchup for any defense. So I knew they would put points on us because I know that they were going to be frustrated by their last performance, the Cincinnati Bengals. They scored 0 against the Ravens, so I knew they were going to come out firing and try to prove a statement in this game. So this first half score was 17-14. They were beating us by a field goal. And I thought, we're right in this game. We've got a chance to win this game. But then once again, at halftime, we got no halftime adjustments. We're one of the worst third quarter teams in the NFL. I think our point differential was like minus 100 points in the third quarter. And that comes down to second half adjustments by the coach, Mike McDaniel. Like, we're getting outscored by 100 points. That's just disgusting. That means no second half adjustments, no 3/4 time adjustments. That's all comes down to coaching. And once again, in the third quarter, the game was all over. I don't blame the first interception on Quinn Ewers. He kind of bounced off at one of our receivers' chests. It was a decent throw by Quinn Ewers. He tried to fit it in there with a rocket of a throw. It just come off the guy's chest. Ball he popped in the air, and one of the Bengals defenders was able to catch it and intercept the ball. So that's not on Quinn. Quinn Ewers trying to make a play. The second interception, I sort of blame it on him. Like, he tried to make a play again. We're down big, and he threw it up there. But the thing is, Jalen Waddle is not a big receiver. You know what I mean? He's more of a speed receiver. He's more like a yards after catch receiver. So he's not really a tall receiver. He's not really gonna fight for a 50-50 jump ball. So the second interception, I sort of blame on Quinn Ewers. You were down big, and the kid tried to make a play. So like last week, I stopped watching at 3/4 time. I couldn't watch it anymore. Couldn't bear the pain or the punishment anymore. The Dolphins end up losing 45-21. Bengals just ran riot on us, especially in the third quarter. I think the third quarter finished 38-14. I think they had a fumble. Dolchich fumbled the ball as well. I think Bengals had 3 turnovers in the third quarter. They scored on every drive. So look, I knew the Bengals were gonna beat us. I didn't have a good feeling about this game. And I knew the offense were gonna come back and do some damage against us. I didn't know they were gonna put up 45 points. I maybe thought they were gonna put up maybe 28 points against us. But 45, that's embarrassing. Like, I know they got a good offense. We made a 4-10 Bengals team look like a prime Super Bowl contender. Yeah, so let's look at the team stats. Passing stat. Quinn Ewers had a decent debut. 20 completions, 30 attendance, 260 yards, 0 touchdowns. Like I said, 2 interceptions. I don't think that first interception was his fault. He got sacked 0 times, so our offensive line was good. Protected Quinn Ewers very well. His rating was 66.0. So I think Quinn Ewers had a decent debut. I don't blame this loss on him at all. Like, I blame this on Mike McDaniel's second half, like I said, halftime adjustments. So Quinn Ewers actually, I thought, had a decent pre-start for the Miami Dolphins, especially in the first half. He was really good. He was like 9 for 11 for 105 yards. And I hope he he starts from the last 2 games of the season. Because if you drop him, that's really, really harsh. So, because I don't blame this game on Quinn Ewers at all. Rushing stats. A-Chain had another solid game. Just quickly with A-Chain, congratulations. A-Chain made the Pro Bowl. Like I said, always, I keep saying he's been the player of the season and well-deserved achievement. He had 15 carries, 88 yards, 5.4 average yards per carry, 1 touchdown on long 48. So he had another nice game. Jay Wright, our backup running back, he had a decent game too. 9 carries, 35 yards, 3.9 average yards per carry, 1 touchdown, long 10. And Washington, our small wide receiver, had 1 carry, 9 yards, 1 touchdown. Quinn Ewers had 2 carries for 5 yards, and Ollie Gordon only had 1 carry for some reason, or -1 yard. Receiving stats. Jay Waddle did alright. Our main number 1 wide receiver. He had 5 receptions, 72 yards, long 21. He had 9 targets, so he was our most targeted receiver in the match. Greg Dolchich, our backup tight end, had 3 receptions, 46 yards, 29 long, 3 targets. Darren Waller had once again started the game well and just kind of disappeared throughout the game. He had 3 receptions, 40 yards, 22 long, and he had 5 targets. T. Wees Jr. had 2 receptions, 32 yards, 4 targets. And Washington had 1 reception, 23 yards, 2 targets. Jay Wright, our backup running back, had 1 reception, 18 yards, 2 targets. Cedric Wilson Jr., 1 reception, 11 yards, 1 target. Alec Ingold, our fullback, is also in the running to make the Pro Bowl, so hopefully he gets in there. He had 1 reception, 9 yards, and 1 target. And Devon A-Chain had 3 receptions, 9 yards, and 3 targets. Let's look at main players who play well on defense for us. Jordan Brooks, a leader of men, this guy. Like this, I can't say enough about this guy. He's like the quarterback of our defense. He's had a terrific season, probably the best player on the defense for us this season. I don't know why. He leads the NFL I think he's had like over 170 tackles for the season. How this guy has not made the Pro Bowl is just unbelievable. He's in the running, but he's actually not guaranteed a Pro Bowl place, so he's got a chance. But this guy's a beast. This guy's gets 15 tackles average a game, so he should be in the Pro Bowl. But at least he's in line too. He should be one of the linebackers already in, but he's had a fantastic season for the Miami Dolphins. 5 tackles, 9 assists, so he had 14 tackles overall. T. Dodson, our other linebacker, had a decent game. He had 8 tackles, 5 tackles, 3 assists. R. Douglas, a good cornerback, he has 6 tackles. 3 tackles, 3 assists. Zach Sealer, once again, has another sack. He's finishing the season hot. He had 3 tackles, 1 tackle, 2 assists, and 1 sack. Kenneth Grant, our rookie, first-round draft pick, he's starting to come along. He had 4 tackles, half a sack. And Chop Robinson, he had the other half sack. He had 3 tackles and half a sack. Let's look at the team stats. Team's total yards. Miami Dolphins had 389. Cincinnati Bengals had 407. Passing yards. Quinn Ewers threw for 260 passing yards. And Joe Burrow passed for 302 passing yards. Rushing yards. We rushed for over 100 yards. We rushed for 129 rushing yards. They rushed for 105 rushing yards. Yards per play, both teams had 6.7 yards per play. First downs, they had a little bit more. We had 19. Bengals had 23. Third down efficiency, once again, we are shocking on third down this season. We were only 2 for 10. Bengals were pretty good on third down. We couldn't get them off the field. They can 6 for 12, so they converted about 50% of their third downs, which is pretty good. Fourth down efficiency, we were 1 for 2, they were 1 for 1. Total plays, very similar. We were 58 total plays. They were 61. Sacks allowed. Our offensive line actually played pretty good. They didn't allow a sack on Quinn Ewers. We got the Joe Burrow twice. We sacked him twice. Punts, both teams had 4 punts each. Penalty yards, very, very clean game. Not a lot of penalties, which is good to see. We only had 3 penalties for 20 yards. Bengals had 2 penalties for 10 yards. Fumbles lost, we had that 1 loss. Dolchich in the third quarter, he fumbled the ball. Bengals had 0 fumbles lost. Interceptions thrown, Quinn Ewers had that 2 interceptions thrown in the second half. Bengals had 0 interceptions thrown. Time of possession, they had a bit more. We had 28 minutes and 28 seconds. They had 31 minutes and 32 seconds. Tackles, we had 25 tackles. They had 29 tackles. Field goals made attempted. We were 0. We didn't have a field goal. We didn't have a field goal attempt. They made 1 field goal. They were 1 from 1 on field goals. Red zones, we were 2 from 2, and they were 6 from 6. Yeah, so that wraps up the the team stats and the game between the Bengals and the Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. So we dropped to 6-9, so that means we cannot finish with a winning record for the second season straight. So best we can finish is 8-9, which is going to be tough because we've got in our next game we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then NFC South title fight with the Carolina Panthers, which is going down to the wire. And our last game will be against the New England Patriots, who are fighting for the number 1 seed in the AFC and currently winning the AFC East division. So, just quickly on my prediction, I think we'll lose against the Buccaneers because they got something simple as they got something to play for. We don't. Even we're playing at home. The game's at Hard Rock Stadium. I think the Buccaneers, I know they'll be in bad form, but they're going to be desperate. I think they'll just edge us in this one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching. I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next time. And as always, fins up.